I've always been wondering how people get this warm kind of look around this area. So I just feel like, what did I do? Did the sun just come and kiss my face, or what the hell happened? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel once again. Welcome back to the Empire. Yeah, I know I look a little bit unfinished, and I wanted us to tackle something that I also myself have been struggling with a lot, because I've always been wondering, bronzing, contouring, what the hell? Like, is it the same thing, or what's going on? What's the difference and all that? So this is what this video is about today. So I have just done my foundation, did my highlight, and yeah, before I do my contour, that's where the bronzing and the contouring comes in now. For the most part, and a lot of research that I've done, contour is meant to create shadows for your face, like, you know, the places where the sun does not hit, like, you know, these areas. That is what contour is meant to do. It's meant to create shadows for your face. But bronzing is meant to give you warmth. I don't know if I'm making a point. Like, are you guys seeing the you know, the reality? Actually, there is a reality, because those are like two different words. Bringing in shadows on your face and bringing in warmth, those are two different things, you know. So that's why I brought this video. Forgive the noise in my background. There's just a lot of noise going on, considering that everyone is at home. I didn't want to do like a cream contour. I just wanted to do a powder contour so we can see the difference. So this is what happens when it comes to bronzing. I'm sure a lot of you guys have purchased highlighting palettes that have highlighting shades, and they give you, let me just pick one of my highlighting palettes. So I picked up two of my palettes that I have that have bronzing shades and highlighting shades and also contour shades. So this is my Fable highlighter. When I got it, I was like, okay, there are three shades in this highlighter right here. Okay, so we have the Luminizer, then there's the contour shade, can you see that? And then there's the bronzing shade, which I normally use a lot as my highlighter, so because it complements my skin more. So my worry was, it says here it's a contour shade and it has shimmer. It says it's a bronzing shade and it has shimmer. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside. Then I'm going to go into Cara Beauty palette. This one right here, this is a powder palette. But if you see these shades are very good for contouring. Okay, they're good for contouring, all of them. If you're a dark skin or melanin kind of girl, they're good for contouring, and they're also good for powder. Now the only problem is all these shades are matte except for this one. Okay, this shade right here has a little bit of shimmer to it. Okay, so and it's not the kind of shimmer that you will use as a highlight, because it's not popping that much, and it's like a matte kind of, you know, matte kind of shimmer shade. I don't know if I can. It has a little bit of shimmer. Okay, and then I have this, the W7 bronzer right here. This looks like this. So in most of the cases, it looks like more of the powders in this Cara palette. So this is how the bronzer looks like. It has like a red, you know, I don't know, brown reddish kind of tone. It's like a sun-kissed kind of tone right there. It's like the sun hit you on the face or something. This is matte. Okay, so if this is matte, I will basically use this as my contour shade most of the time, but it's meant for warming up my face. Now in most cases, bronzers are meant to have a little bit of shimmer, while contours are completely matte. So with bronzers, you can have bronzers that have a little bit of shimmer, or bronzers that are completely matte also. But when it comes to contour, most contours, like, contours are meant to be matte, they're not meant to have shimmers. Okay, so I'm going to do a practical demonstration for you guys to understand. So when it comes to contour, you want to put it, you know, underneath your cheekbone. Okay, that's where you create, this is where you create your, this is where my cheekbone is. Okay, right here, this is where my cheekbone is. So when it comes to contour, you want to create your contour underneath your cheekbone, so it gives your highlight a shadow. Are we together right at that point? Yeah. But when it comes to bronzing, which is meant to give you warmth, you're supposed to apply it on your cheekbone. Okay, on your cheekbone. All right, so I'm just going to do the practical part of it to understand. Now when it comes to bronzing, you need a fluffy brush like this. Okay, a fluffy brush like this. But when it comes to contour, you're going to need a brush that is more precise, and it's going to fit your, you know, that space between, like, you see where my, this thing, what is it called? I don't know how it's called. This ear, where people pierce a lot, this thing, like from here to here, like from this start to this end, that is where your contour should be. Okay, because right here you're supposed to have a little bit of highlight, and this is where your contour should land. So your brush should be able to fit in that space when it comes to your contour. But when it comes to your bronzing, because it's warm, you want to, like, you don't want to pack a little too much of it. You just want to, you know, swipe on top, just to give you some sort of warmth. I don't know if I'm using the right words. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use this. This is a bronzer, okay? So I'm not going to use this because it's a matte bronzer. So I'm going to, and that is what most of us have, matte bronzers. So I'm going to experiment this with a shimmer kind of bronzer, and the one that I have, which I think is the best, is this one from the Cara palette. So this is the bronzer that I have. So I'm just going to, just tap my brush on it so easily. So lightly, okay? And then I'm going to rub up some of it on my arms like this, on my hand like this. So whatever product remains, I'm going to deposit it on my cheekbone, and I'm just going to do it like this, or I'm just going to do like this, right? I don't know if it shows on camera, but it does show that I already have a little bit of brightness going on over there. Now, this is not highlighting. Highlighting is supposed to be on top, like a bit higher above your bronzer. So I just pack it lightly like this, and I can take it down, drag it down a bit, so that it creates, you can see there's a difference between this side and this side. I don't know if you guys can see a little bit of a difference, right? So depending on how much warmth you want, you can add as much as you can. So on this side I'm going to use the shimmer bronzer, and then on this side I'm going to use the matte bronzer, so that we can see the difference. So I'm going to add a little bit more of that. I'm using one side of the brush to add, because I don't have any other brush. I'm using one side to add the shimmer bronzer, and I'm just going to, and I also don't want to add too much of it, so yeah, just like that. And then also you want to add it on the temples of your forehead. You see right here, this is not where you put your contour. I'm going to show you where you're supposed to put your contour. So you just go a little bit, just give your face a little bit of warmth, okay? You come all the way, and then you just go this way, okay? It's making sense. You don't want to add too much of this. You just want to be minimal as possible. So that is enough bronzing for me. Bronze side, not bronze side. We have not highlighted. This is just bronzing, okay? Bronzed, not bronzed. So on this side I'm going to use a matte bronzer, and I'm going to use the W7 bronzer to do that. So I'm just going to use the other side of the brush, this side of the brush, and just add the warmth on this other side. I don't know if you guys can see, so I'm just going to tap in my brush, and I'm going to tap off the excess, or maybe just dab it on my arm like this to take off the excess, and then I'm going to bronze on this side, on my cheekbone, okay? And then I'm just going to add a little bit of warmth, and then take it all the way to the temples of my forehead, and come back, the temples of my forehead, come back, and then the temples of my forehead. Just like that. I'm going to add a little bit more, but if you ask me, I love the shimmer bronzer more. It just gives you, it's just pretty, alright? So let's just add that a bit more again. So just press it down lightly, just go to the temples of your head, then press it on your cheekbone, and then go to the temples of your head. So that is the matte bronzer, which I feel like does not, with my complexion, does not really, come out perfectly. Not perfectly, but in the way that I would want. I love this side, I really love this side, okay, compared to loving this side. So that is bronzing right there. So now let's go to contouring, okay? So with contour, you want to, I hope up to there we are together. So for contouring, most of the time people would use I don't know, maybe 2-3 shades darker than the skin tone, or 1-3 a bit darker shades of the skin tone. But I'm not doing like cream contour because I wanted to show you guys this. But if I was doing cream contour, I would do cream contour before bronzing. So yeah, so I want to use this brush right here. This is a brush I'm going to use, and I'm going to take a face powder. But in this case, I'm going to take a face powder. In this case, I'm going to use Fit Me powder in the shade 370 Espresso. It's darker, but it also has this tone that looks more like the bronzer. That's the thing. It does look like a bronzer, so I would use this as my bronzer also. Or I would go into the Cara palette. And I don't know if I have a darker shade than this. I don't, so I'm going to use this as my contour, because normally I don't want like a harsh contour. So I'm going to start on this side and I'm going to contour. Let me just use my mirror, and I'm going to use this as my guideline, and I'm going to contour this part. Okay, you can make a kissy face if you want, like, but it's not advisable anymore to be doing this, because if you contour while your face is like this, you're not going to walk around with your face like this. You're going to let it, So a good guideline is just underneath, just touch and see where your cheekbone ends, which is right here. So underneath your cheekbone, normally I use, this is where I'd start my contour. Okay, right here, this is where my cheekbone is, and I would end right here, right, just right here. So I would pack that, deposit that powder there, and I don't want to go all the way down. I want to stop right here. So I'll just do this and just press it on my face. I don't know if it's making a difference on the camera, but on my mirror it's like giving me the perfect contour. So I just use this again, and I just use one last, because you want to have an angled brush, or a brush that precisely fit that area, a brush that is more dense compared to the one that we used, the fluffy brush. So when you place it here, it's going to fit the part that you're supposed to contour. It's not going to go higher, above, or below your contour. That makes sense. So there I have contoured that face. We don't want harsh contours. Okay, that's contour. So we have contour and we have bronzing right there. So I'm going to contour this other side. I can also use the W7 as my contour because it gives me that shade and it's matte. But I feel like I love the bronzing on this side. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add my bronzer, the one that I used on this side, simply because I want my face to have warmth, and that is the goal of this video. And then I want to go on my jawline. Okay, so we want to contour your jawline right there. Right, so I'm just going to add the shimmer bronze on this side, so you can see that bronzing is perfect for melanin if it has a little bit of shimmer. And then the temples of my head, then I'm going to swipe it around my nose and a little bit around my chin area. These are places where the sun would touch, so that right there, my chin area. And then now we want to contour our forehead. Now when it comes to contouring your forehead, you're supposed to contour very near your, very closely to your, what is it called, your hairline. Okay, so I'm just going to add that contour around this area. Okay, around that area. So now we have contoured and we have bronze. So to kind of like bring the confusion down a little bit, I'm going to highlight, so you guys can see I have a shimmer bronzer. Yeah, which makes it a bit confusing, because some people will be like, isn't that like highlighting already? So I have a shimmer bronzer, and then we're going to highlight. So I'm going to use luminizer. So when it comes to highlight, this is where you highlight on top of your bronzer. Just a little bit above your bronzing shade. That's where you put your highlighting. I don't know if you guys can see on the mirror, but the bronzed part looks more like a roasted reddish kind of effect going on. It's shimmer, but it's red, like on the far side of, everything, alright? And it kind of like fades into the contour, so you don't really like see it being harsh, okay? And then the highlight is just above the, I can see the bronzing right here, okay? Right here, around this area. And then I can see my highlight right here. So, yeah. See where my highlight is, and my bronzing is supposed to be here. So if I went ahead and added a little bit of bronzer, you guys will see the difference a bit, okay? Because I don't want my forehead to look weird, so I'd go ahead and add a little bit of bronzing right here. It would kind of like glow, but not take away the glory of the highlight, okay? So yeah. Just like that. So this right here is our final look, you guys. Yeah, I did highlights with you guys, and I did bronze, and I think like bronzing is a game changer if you learn how to do it. It's awesome. I've always been wondering how people get this warm kind of look around this area, but it's not just contour. It's not just contour that they do that makes it looks warm. Contour is good because it does create shadows for you, but bronzing is just on another level. It just gives you a lot of warmth and a lot of beautiful vibes. I just feel like, what did I do? Did the sun just come and kiss my face, or what the hell happened? That kind of look. And I love this. So during this quarantine, I think is the best time for you to practice your bronzing, so that once you get out of the house and you do your bronzing, you don't look like, what is going on? Like your contour, your bronzing, and your highlighting, all of them just crash and they clash on your face. And then I'm going to learn more on blush, and then come around and show you how to blush, because I don't know how to blush myself. I don't blush. I just do. I've learned bronzing, and I think it's perfect. It looks amazing. And yeah, I hope you guys have learned something new in this video. Continue practicing, as well as I'm going to continue practicing with different types of bronzers, and just see how beautiful it can look and turn out. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Be sure to check out the rest of my videos, and keep subscribing. Thank you so much for the new subscriber that I've been receiving. It's been an honor. I'm so glad that you guys see and find this content more, educative, and you appreciate my work. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. And for that, you know what I say. Bye bye.